All right, Pepe, get us going, buddy. Get us going. Welcome to the Inside Star Citizen Review. We are here with the fam tonight. Some people were saying in the comments, and I completely disagree. Some people were saying, I don't like all this chat. It takes away. It takes away from the video. But look at this, does it? No, it does not. It adds to the flavor. Hello. You see what I'm saying? You understand? To the people who are commenting in the YouTube area that are against that, this is the fam here. They're allowed to talk. They're allowed to speak. You know, one day there's going to be millions and millions of people here, and I understand. Then we'll have like a nice little box right above my head. All right, that's enough. That's enough dirtiness. Okay, so let us watch. We got a new level of medical gameplay we're going to get a first look at. All right, we got that value added gameplay, right? Right. Now, here we go. I might get Me Too trip out. No, Jared and I have a special bond. Let's go and let's see what we're getting. Let's see if we get any sneak peek at any fun design features with the new medical gameplay that we were reading about last week. I'm very, very interested in seeing what's going to happen here.
In 3.15, we are delivering hospitals for the players of Star Citizen.
A lot of people looking forward to this.
The healing loop is something that's going to have a big impact on the way we play, especially in co-op. We ended up creating these drop-off points where you can carry your injured friend. It sort of looks like an elevator with a gurney in the middle. So if you have a big crew and everybody has had a bad day, then you can keep feeding them to the machine.
You can keep feeding them to the machine.
One of the interesting challenge about building hospitals is obviously that we have to build them for a purpose that isn't there yet. And so what we did on the design side, we were very involved with the actor feature team.
Oh, this is going to be great. There's hospitals in every major city area. It's going to be awesome.
And what are the requirements that we have to factor in our location? So we decided that we need some pharmacies where you can purchase meds.
Yes.
We need also instrument shop where you can set your respawn position. We need also like a completely new way of approaching rooms reservation. We know we get assigned a room in the habitation when we spawn, but now we do it the other way around, where you go into a location and you reserve a room from the lobby, and we didn't have that flow before. So we had to develop all of that to support all the mechanics that are implied with the healing.
For 3.15, we introduced 4 hospitals: Horizon, Base Clinic, Grimhex, and New Babbage.
Be careful about the Grimhex. Be careful about the Grimhex hospital. I've heard some bad things. It's okay. It's kind of like where my haunt is. It's where I like hang out all day, and I just, I've heard some bad things about the Grimhex. Just be careful what you touch in there. Mind's eye.
As you enter New Babbage Hospital, you'll see right away what I think is one of the really cool features of this hospital is that there's this glass ceiling above you that allows you to really take in the vista.
Awesome.
And if you look behind you, you'll see
feature, right?
The Aspire Grande Tower where the abs are.
Or as I like to call it, the Vag Tower, for obvious reasons.
You're going to find your reception on your right hand side, and you're going to find all your shop and services needs on your left hand side. And really from there, all you have to do is keep going straight to the other half where the elevators are. And then it takes you to the medical floors.
Specifically worked on the
let me just say, you haven't lived until you've flown through the Vag Tower. You know, that is quite a big Vag Tower. You know, if you're missing it, you know, then definitely gotta visit it. You gotta visit it sometime. Gotta fly through the Vag Tower.
On the upper floors of the hospital, that's where the player will be able to check in at the nurse's desk, spawn in at the medical room.
In my opinion, this hospital shines. Horizon is really big, super high ceiling, really open, and super clean too. You have like the reception right in front of you, and the service is a bit behind. And then
I love it. I love Crusader coming alive. It's wonderful.
As you go out of the elevator, then the player will pass through and see the absolutely
it's so fucking fantastic looking
sculpture there, and seeing those big whale passing through the clouds in front of you as you're in those medical bed.
Yeah.
Feels special. Feels
so
different.
Great. They say, by the way, we read what's coming. If you missed it, go to the channel. When you die, when you wake up, when you're in a coma state, and you go into the medical room, and this is going to be relatively soon. You wake up. Now I'm hoping for an animation where your eyes are kind of opening and you're trying to focus. And oh shit, Oz, thank you so much. And then this happens. No. Welcome, Oz. Good to see you, buddy. And then you wake up in the hospital room and there's a doctor in there, and then there's a nurse behind looking at your vitals and all these types of things with an IV drip and a tray with medical tools, and it's going to be really cool. And I really hope it feeds into Death of a Spaceman. You know, obviously I don't think it's going to happen right away, but you know, as far as like the life of your character and characters afterwards, I really think that they're going to stay true to that narrative, and I believe in what it is that they're trying to accomplish, which is realism. And I'll show you some realism at our after party. I want to show you this one video about fidelity. It's going to be fantastic, and I want you guys to understand like the level of realism that's being created here within the Star Citizen verse. It's fantastic.
And then we have the space clinics. They still offer all the same services that you would find in a
I'm getting too attached to the stash right now.
Everything is more compact.
We're creating modules and different pieces of the space clinic, so that way every time you experience it, it'll be just a little bit different.
There we go.
You'll still get the same feeling.
We always try to place them near the elevators that takes you to the hangar, so that whether you come in after you're being injured or whether you're walking out and you're in a hurry to go back in space, it's easy and convenient. So you walk in there, it's again very clean, but much less so than Horizon. Obviously, it has more like this kind of low-tech vibe to it. These ones...
How deep do you guys want this gameplay? I know that there's a lot of people that want really hardcore medical gameplay. You know, to the point where they're actually like performing operations and shit if they did it on their own. Like, very deep, says Pug. Whoa. You must be the new OBGYN.
I expect them to be fairly popular.
That's what I give. I walked right into that. I walked right into that one.
Grimex, if it had a smell, it would smell like
I fucking love you guys.
Like a sport bag or something like that.
Low tech is not as clean as New Bab or Horizon.
Me personally, it's the best. It's much smaller.
God bless
it's more
him.
like on the clinic size, so there's not
My
a
kind
big
of people
elevator
kill.
to go through. As we all know, elevators are the biggest killers in game development, so it's a good thing that we skipped one there. It has this really nice view to the asteroid field outside.
Hex's
The
hospital's
cool
a
thing
mess.
is that you can also land your ship right next to a side entrance to the clinic. So if
Right.
you're in a hurry and you don't want to go and park in a hangar or into the traversal, you can park right next to it, get out, walk in, and get treated. But
I think I saw this one in Cyberpunk, man. Like, get me the fuck out of this hospital if I ever landed X, man. Oh shit.
the thing is, like, it's open space, right? So your ship is exposed while you do that, and you could very well see a pirate fly in and shoot at your ship as you're getting fixed yourself, and really this kind of
It's not the
emergent,
friendliest
like,
of
interaction
hospitals.
is really what makes the game shine, I think. The hospitals are part
Yes.
of a game changer.
When people leave the hospital and they wake up and they
wow.
explore around, I think they're really going to see like the love and care we put into each crevice and corner.
I hope that the hospitals are gonna be a way to wrap up the full healing loop. Honestly, if the players find them convenient, me as a designer, I'm happy my job is done.
Hospitals are the next major offering from our team in Montreal and serve as harbinger of the next major advancement in player healing from the actor feature team scheduled to come online in the upcoming Alpha 3.15. And while we'll be learning more about how all that works in the coming weeks, let's shift gears now to spaceships, specifically Aegis stalwarts, the Gladius, Saber, and Retaliator, and find out what it really means to be the gold standard in a pipeline that is continuously evolving to this day and beyond.
The gold standard pass is what we are terming this current pass on the vehicles. We are implementing primarily cockpit button placement, cockpit button animations, making sure everything is symmetric, both character and item-wise, exposing all the ship items, lighting passes, material passes. Gold standard is finishing the ship to as complete a standard as we can with the feature set that we have right now in the game. The first ship that we put through this pass was the Aegis Gladius.
I was a little nervous working on the Gladius because it is like the Star Squadron, and I wanted to make sure I did a good job on it, and then also coupled with the fact
It's pretty fucking tight. Let's just say that.
that because Squadron are using it, I had to make sure that I didn't break anything with each submit, so they can keep working on Squadron and still able to test and work on it. We started off with adding component hatches and a personal inventory. Gladius didn't seem to have any visible headlight source, so I went in and added some nice big headlights for that at the front. And then it was just like I said, with the thruster glows as well, trying to get them to look nice and read from a distance. Adding the fuel port on it as well. And then just some geo optimizations and material optimizations and more stuff that you don't necessarily would see, but makes the game more optimized and runs better.
So on the next ship, which was the Saber,
Hey, Lucky,
built
what's
on
up,
what we
dude?
learned from the Gladius and did that in the Saber.
For instance, the damage mesh, could
I was just thinking the
needed
same
a bit
thing,
of
Killian.
tweaking. We added in a bunch of lighting so you can still read the ship from afar, but not make it too bright as it's still a stealth ship. And after the whole exterior was done and dusted, we moved on to a revision of the dashboard, overall just reworking so it's not as noisy, and now you have a better view of your cockpit, and then just everything nice and compact to the sides. In a couple of sentences, a really rough overview of the Saber Gold Standard process.
So the Retaliator Gold Standard is obviously a much larger task than the Gladius and Saber. Has all the same criteria of work, so looking at the cockpit, looking at the components, adding all the things, checking everything's symmetric. But because it's got an interior, then there's additional tasks added. So the same work we do for the cockpit of the pilot has to be done for the turrets. The components that you can physically take out of the ship, can you physically take them out of the ship? Do the doors need to be wider?
Right. This goes to the like what Lucky's saying. Here's the thing about some ships. Some ships aren't going to be able to carry packages, period, because that is the point of the realism of the game. Some ships really aren't meant to hold packages, period. If you're using a Gladius for shipping, you're really not picking the correct ship, and that's the whole point, which makes the game realistic. Know your ship. It's like Execute here, does a wonderful series on his channel on Info Runners, and it talks about ships all the time. What is it for? What is the utility of the ship? I love it. I absolutely love it.
Etc. Now you've made the doors wider, do they still fit in the ship when they open? And we also took the time to look at the central room and thought, can we improve on this? We decided to remove the top and bottom docking collars and go for a side airlock, which also helps for docking because that's just a natural walking on transition. And then because we'd lost a lift on that side, we then realized we had to make the lift on the other side slightly larger to accommodate essentially 2 lifts worth of people. So then you've now just got 1 lift on that side of the ship to get in and a docking collar on the other side to get in. Thing that the Retaliator has is the
evolution of the
customizable
ship
room
design.
modules, and there's a cargo module front and back.
Yeah, they do a wonderful job, Tripao.
A dropship module at the front. They were all brought up to current standards, so when modularity comes on as a swappable item, they are good to go. That's where we're at with the first gold standard ships. Obviously going to go through all the ships, but we are going to focus on the ones that feature heavily in Squadron 42 first, and then we will roll on to your favourite ship afterwards.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that hospitals are the vanguard of new player healing mechanics coming to Star Citizen that look to change the way we live and die in the persistent universe.
The amount of modules were ridiculous, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. Like, that was exactly what I wanted to see execute. You talk about like the tally and the modularity of that, and I think that modularity is going to be a big feature going forward in ship design. More people are probably going to like modularity, like having the ability to change the role of a ship through modularity in some form, in some portion, whether it be minor in utility and function or major in utility of function. I think that modularity is going to kind of be the gold standard going forward in a lot of ship design. Maybe not a lot of them are modular at this point, but I can almost guarantee you that is going to be like the extra bonus on SIG bringing in much more revenue that way, because they can take exactly execute
Universe.
Execute
that much like the Planet Tech, even the spaceships that we've had and flown thousands of times continue to improve and evolve as new technologies come online, and that elevators truly are the most dangerous killer in the game development kingdom. They only let me work Jungle Cruise once, but I killed it. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
I dig it. It was a little... I like to see the modules the most, actually. I was hoping for a little bit more on the medical side. I want to talk more about the medical gameplay that they may add down the road. But, of course, it's just still very early beginnings. This is like another layer they're adding on top of what we currently have with medic gameplay and items. So I am very interested. Obviously these are new places. These are hospitals and new areas that are going to be, standing out there in the open. And there's going to be, it's kind of like how they introduced prisons and what happened, with law-based mechanics and how, broke the law, you go to prison, this type of thing. Now, when you have a serious injury, you're going to wake up in hospitals. And yes, there we go. God bless you. I'm feeling it, bro. Thank you, Tech. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry you missed the first level Energize. We're going to be ending this portion, but we're going to be having an after party. So, say goodbye to the stream, those that are watching on YouTube, but not you guys who are here, because you guys who are here, we're going to have like a little bonus after party. We're going to watch some more Star Citizen stuff. Say bye to everybody on YouTube. Bye, everybody watching on YouTube. You need to be here on the stream live. Pepe, let's switch it to party mode. Switch it to party mode.